Most people believe you need thousands of dollars to start investing, but that's simply not true. In 2025, even $100 can grow if you know where to put it. In this video, I'll break down my top 3 investments for beginners with small budgets. And these are perfect if you're in the US or Canada. Let's get into it. First up is the absolute cornerstone of any smart portfolio: index funds and ETFs. So, what are they? Instead of buying one single risky stock, you're buying a tiny piece of hundreds of top companies all at once. It's instant diversification, which is just a fancy way of saying you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Why is this my #1 pick for small budgets? 3 reasons. They're low cost. The best index funds have incredibly low fees called expense ratios. For example, the Schwab S&P 500 Index Fund has an expense ratio of just 0.02%. That means you pay only $2 a year for every $10,000 you have invested. That's huge for keeping more of your money. They're accessible. You don't need to be a Wall Street expert. These funds passively track the entire market, so you don't have to worry about picking winning stocks. You can start tiny. Many brokerages now let you buy fractional shares. So, if a fund share costs $400, you can still invest $20 and own a piece of it. For the US audience, look at funds that track the S&P 500, like VOO from Vanguard or IVV from iShares. For my Canadian viewers, you can find ETFs that track the TSX, like the iShares Core S&P TSX Capped Composite Index ETF, through any major Canadian brokerage. This is your set-it-and-forget-it foundation for long-term growth. Now, let's talk about adding a little growth rocket fuel to your portfolio. My second pick is technology and growth-oriented ETFs. 2025 is seeing incredible momentum in areas like artificial intelligence, robotics, and digital payments. Now, I am not saying you should go out and bet your savings on 1 or 2 hyped-up tech stocks. That's way too risky. Instead, the smart play is to use ETFs to get a diversified piece of the entire sector. Think of it like this. Instead of trying to find the next Apple, you're investing in the entire ecosystem that all these tech companies are building together. Why does this make sense now? Targeted exposure. You can buy a single ETF that holds dozens of companies working on AI, blockchain, or cloud computing. This gives you focused growth potential without the extreme risk of a single stock. The future is now. These sectors are no longer niche. They're becoming the backbone of our global economy, offering serious long-term growth potential. For example, in the US, the Invesco QQQ Trust, QQQ, tracks the NASDAQ 100, which is packed with the largest non-financial tech companies. The key is to use these as a complement to your core index fund, not a replacement. Allocate a smaller portion of your monthly investment here, maybe that extra $50 you have, to give your portfolio a growth boost. My third pick is your financial safety net, and it's just as important as the others. Safe, high-yield cash alternatives. This is for the money you might need in the short term, or simply the part of your portfolio you don't want to see fluctuate. In 2025, you don't have to let this cash sit idle earning nothing. Your best options here are, in the US, high-yield savings accounts offered by online banks. They are FDIC insured, meaning your money is protected, and they often pay interest rates that are competitive and much higher than traditional banks. Another great option is short-term Treasury ETFs, which are backed by the US government and are super liquid, meaning you can get your money out anytime. In Canada, look at a high-interest savings account, HISA. For instance, the EQ Everyday Banking Account has been noted for offering a solid interest rate with instant access to your cash, which is a fantastic combination. Guaranteed Investment Certificates, GICs, are also a safe, federally insured choice if you know you can lock your money away for a set period to earn a slightly higher rate. The goal here isn't explosive growth, it's capital preservation and earning a steady return that, ideally, beats inflation. It's the perfect place to park your emergency fund or savings for a near-future goal. all while keeping it completely safe and accessible. So let's do a quick recap of your 2025 small budget investment plan. 1. The foundation. Build your core with low-cost index funds and ETFs for stable, long-term growth. 2. The accelerator. Add a growth kick with tech and sector ETFs to tap into future trends. 3. The anchor. Keep your safe money working for you in high-yield savings accounts or GICs. The key takeaway: you don't need a fortune to start building wealth. What matters is consistency and using the right tools for the job. Even small amounts invested regularly in these 3 areas can turn into something significant over time. If you found this helpful, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to Pocket Fuel, and drop a comment below telling me which of these 3 investments you're most excited about for 2025. Thanks for watching.